This video is produced by the UCD Math Support Centre in conjunction with the UCD Access Centre. In this video we will be looking at an introduction to indices. So what is an index? Or what does it mean when we say a to the power of n? So let's take some number a, which is a real number, and we'll call this the base, and raise it to the power of n, which just for this example will be a natural number. We'll call this the index. What this gives us is a to the power of n is equal to a times a times a times a times, and so on, n times. So it is a multiplied by itself n times. So if we look at a quick example, we'll take 2 to the power of 3. In English, this is saying multiply 2 by itself 3 times, which we can do. 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which is 3 times, which gives us 8. So let's look at what happens when the base is negative and the index is even or odd. So previously we had a was some real number, but let's, for this case, take a to be minus 3 and take the index to be 2. So minus 3 to the power of 2 is minus 3 by itself 2 times. So we have minus 3 times minus 3. Well, a minus by a minus is a plus, so our result will be positive, and 3 times 3 is 9. So minus 3 squared is 9. Next, if we have a negative base and the index is odd, so we'll keep the base the same. The base is minus 3, and the index exponent or power is going to be 3. So we end up with minus 3 times minus 3 times minus 3 again for a third time will give us minus 27. The reason being we have a minus by a minus for the first two numbers gives us a positive. By a third minus we're back to negative again. And 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So the result is minus 27. So in general, what we say is that minus a all to the power of n is positive if n is even, and minus a to the power of n is negative if n is odd. And it's important, if you're doing this on a calculator, to remember that the power must go on the outside of the brackets. If you forget your brackets, you won't get the answer that you're expecting. So when you key in, for example, minus 2 to the power of 3, make sure you put brackets around the minus 2, and the 3 goes on the outside of the brackets in the power position.